We're going to the other side. We're going to the other side. Hello, my name is Steph.
Are
If
you
you'd like
okay?
I am okay, thank you. If you'd like to come on in for your daily dose of inspiration
How
and
did you get
symbolic
here?
support, we don't know. How did you get here? Let us know in the comments. The other day we created an alcohol ink Inkblot, and we're gonna flip it and go through the cave, the portal of sorts, as promised. We'll add on some tarot and oracle. Did I even add? I think I did. Hopefully, I added on some oracle cards. I apologize if I didn't. And we have Ghost Tube here. Kick in for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our orc adventures. Overall, pleased to receive release freely. If you're a new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. I adore you. I thank you for holding space, for your time, attention, and awareness, as your presence and perspective is powerful. Let's go.
Buried.
All right. I already did flip it, but I know with the lighting, there we go. I'm going to take a moment to cleanse the palette, but you're welcome to join me or fast forward through. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of anyone here at any time. Amethyst as our muse, thank you for being our muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. So the other side scry, I will put that link below to the OG side, the original up here. And just to let you know from where we're stepping into, there's long hair here, and we are stepping into the Amethyst cave. I think that can be, if maybe you can see a little bit better. Okay, so very hot in this reading. Whew. Like it could be all my fear from the other side.
Follow you.
We're into the kingdom here, and it's a lot of courage coming through. So now there's these faces, there's these feminine energies on the other side. I feel like now that I'm reflecting back on them, they're in different stages. Definitely working with dragons, quite kind of energy, whatever feels good to you. And now I felt like I was in the mouth of this dragon breathing life into something.
Back
And
off.
now I feel like I filled the full mouth. The eyes are coming together of these energies. This doesn't mean it's outside of me. I don't necessarily want that to be implied, but you might see hints of this outside of you from this higher self realm, kingdom cave. As this is almost like I feel like I may be wandering into the pineal gland palace. So the bravery and the courage is coming back in, and sharing from my personal narration the best I can to you what I'm experiencing is I am curious why I, as staff, even need to conjure or conceptualize any sort of bravery or courage. Because blind trust is not useful either, and it is valuable to take that emergence of intellectual from the ego and essence and bring them into a state of trust versus blindly, it is what it is. So I'm stepping in quite mindfully and knowing that the bravery and courage is to, as you may
Sure.
also experience, is to speak it, to say it, to share it. Can be awkward and uncomfortable because it's not formulated in the same script that feeds the earthly existence as logic, academia, where awareness academia tends to be abstract only as the inspiration
Angry.
to create an action from within. And that is how the knowing, the trust, the faith is experienced and embodied unwavering. I'm stepping in, and as you would expect, it feels like I'm actually, though I see it as crystal, amethyst, as our muse, I'm not actually feeling it that way. It's as though it's sharp and glistening. But when I go to touch, it is like cotton candy clouds. There's a message here that's coming through about a magician or a magician energy. Putting your tools on the table before you walk into a palace as sorts, and you would place your weapons of sorts to ensure the security and to ensure the purity of your intention, that no weapons are needed. Those weapons, per se, are the very same tools the magician would use. The cup, the wand, the sword, the pentagram, and the space of spirit to alchemize. They served symbolically, spiritually, and they do continue to serve as tools. But in this realm, they are to be released at that threshold for access, ensuring and ensuing peace. If at any point in time, like a deer may turn into a buck or a doe with antlers, a charge can happen if required, and the crystallization happens and hardens to come into the traditional form of amethyst that you know as its earthly expression, and can come together as though like this very mouth of teeth, and will come together to crush, not to crush one's essence, but to close the gate. A harsh hearing is not all are entitled due to simply existing. There is an energy extension.
Stop recording.
There's something honorable, but not in the judgment of right or wrong necessarily from the earthly expression, from the earthly space in which you come. It is of but universal laws, or universal laws and the energy in which they nurture. When you proceed into the amethyst, and wherever you may place it upon the body as a portal, this piece of surrendering such words or weapons is important. Safety is ensured. Safety is ensured as you have cultivated that relationship to ensure that.
Stephanie.
Yes. Proceeding farther seems darker. To perceive further where the light at the end of the tunnel usually remains, where here, the farther I look, the darker the amethyst looks, where the black is actually very deep purple. I might be in the intestine of something, of the earth even, perhaps, the eons. Here's the interesting thing, is I feel there might be a chance, a quandary, that I have not actually left Earth at all. I am but deeper into the ground where amethyst is. alchemizing itself into an existence on Earth. And it will not be until perhaps years, like the star in the sky. By the time you see it, the star in the sky, the decay is already happening, and you wish upon the decay of the star, but the brilliance of decay being divine. And the amethyst, as an example, along with other elements and energies and gemstones and minerals, start deep in the ground and come up, and then are either mined and met, they are met, or are revealed
Imprisoned.
from their imprisonment to be of service. Not all will receive the understanding. That is perfectly well, and not a judgment to shame or guilt or scoff. As one may scoff upon another who does appreciate a flower, a bird, a blade of grass. No scoffing in return, as pride of and peace within oneself, of knowing and trusting, and also believing, knowing not only from
45.
this faithful fairy tale, I know there is something more. I believe there is something more. It is more. It has moreness, has the opportunity to express itself through
What is the
you
date?
as you acknowledge moreness. More not being invisible or creating a lack in less moreness, but an invitation. There is a worship within oneself, while tainted over years, eons, Earth's expressions and cycles. Many words have been tainted, and freshening up would be lovely. But that is not the concern here, to freshen anything at this time. The essence is of worshiping within the connected nature, and how that is for you as you walk through this cave into deepening your relationship with amethyst, the color purple,
Don't come in.
or anything else you may express yourself or feel the expression of the same multidimensional mothering of sorts. While the masculine absolutely exists, but this happens to be the way I am interacting with it, with you. It is as though the masculine energy is holding the space of the courage with the weapons and walking. It is the very energy in my legs and my feet pushing me to pursue and to proceed. While the feminine energy is from hip to heart to head and taking it all in to receive. The masculine energy is hips down and is the power to keep going and the bravery to go. I got you. What is it that I see?
Okay.
I am peeling by taking tweezers from the tip of my nose and starting to peel off a mask, a skin layer. It is okay to reveal this. There's a Care Bear that I'm seeing as a Care Bear that is sitting like this, watching. Like
Taurus.
watching the most enjoyable morning cartoon possible. Complete smitten enjoyment. Happiness is right in this moment with me.
Me.
But you if you are still here, as I am very aware, I have no idea, so great, but is watching this happen and is so excited for the next episode, or to not even for the next thing, just to be a witness to this. Is there such thing as an amethyst Care Bear? Well, there it is. I shall add on a oracle card here. Number 7, if that means anything to you. Things are not what they seem. You are only trapped by your illusion. What freedom do you seek? In this card, there's all this math, all this geometry. But this is what it feels like I am doing. This is how I, Steph, feel like I'm doing. I gotta stick my head in and take a look around. Kind of smush my face up against the window, smudge it off a little bit, and clear the constraints. Even the concept of the illusion is being illusionary. Very hot. I'm getting very warm. Okay, we'll add on a few more and then I will let you go because I don't even know how long we've been here. But that's okay. Time. What's time to us? Card 9. Express yourself creatively. Start something new. What creative pursuit do you feel drawn to? Even like see how all these are kind of like crystals or origami flowers.
Caution.
Well, I dare say again, if you're still here, at least I can say for me that you're here, and this whole space of I Scry with Steph is a place for me personally to creatively communicate and connect through consciousness, tethering us all and beyond. And it was very new to me. It is very new to me. And even through this expression, I am getting this keen sense here that many attributes that I do in my personal ways is flooding out. And I'm like so embarrassed, and yet I'm so not, because it's been timely in just putting myself out online. And here you, and I'm sure this is why maybe you are here with me. You understand this. The journey of this, to go through an amethyst portal of sorts as this crystal, and we will do other crystals. It is creative, and it's an unpeeling, and it doesn't need to be rushed. Things will be revealed to others reflectively in time, almost where maybe it's just in time. I don't know. Last but not least, we have 36. So we have 3, 6, 9, and 7, if any of those numbers mean anything to you. Leader of the light. Sorry, it's rude. I'm not sharing. What are you being called to serve and support others? Ooh, look at that. Might be rose quartz, which we'll do. We just came in and out of this portal.
Coming to get me.
I'm going to have to rewatch it because I don't really know what was going on. And I'm sweating. There's a rose here as well. You know what's interesting? I do recall, when it says leader of the light, I do recall going down the tunnel and expecting to see a light at the end of the tunnel, but it actually got darker and darker and darker. I was the light. Like, I was the light at the end of the tunnel. But looking forward or ahead, it got darker and darker and darker the deeper I felt like I was going. But I'll be honest with you, I can't really even remember what was being said or shown. But this is a journey. We're here together. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you so much. Okay, and I'm seeing Samudra? Something along that lines. Thank you for joining me. I will see you again soon. I love you. Until next time. Bye. Stranger and stranger. Stranger and stranger.
Are you okay?
I am okay. Shall we cut the deck? Roses. The soft petal felt upon your flesh is ready to release her thorns. Summer berries. Picking your harvest too early or risk losing the sweetness of all. I feel like that's the hesitancy and fear, the vulnerability, the embarrassment is too much being revealed that it can be taken the wrong way. But then the right or wrong way pulls me into duality, that imprisonment of sorts. Not that it doesn't serve, but that's how it feels. It's trusting the time. Sunstone. It is the uniqueness of who you are that lives a world yet to be discovered. Let's go.